This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
What happens in the brief moment between life and death? Do you see your life in a flash of memory? Is there a brilliant light? Or is the truth something much darker? Something beyond your deepest fears?
Hello?
Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. And if anyone asks, are we there yet, you're walking the rest of the way.
What about Cookie? Where does that come from?
My parents let me choose my name when I was 3.
If my parents let me choose at that age, I'd be Fire Truck.
I'd be Pee-Pee.
They were on their way to the biggest party on the West Coast.
Oh my God.
Instead,
Looks like your gas line's cut.
they found themselves trapped in a place
Where'd everybody go?
Anyone home?
not on any map.
So we're stuck for the night?
There's rotting flesh back there, right?
You see the dying people.
I saw a trucker, half a trucker.
Something in the air.
Where they're about to get close enough to death to smell it.
Somebody help me!
This thing's gonna keep on coming. How are we gonna stop it?
Reeker.
I shouldn't be doing this, but it's dangerous out here.
You said it, mister. The Death Valley Drifter killed dozens out here.
At the filling station up ahead. I'll let them know you need a ride. Damn it.
If you thought the nightmare was over,
Freeze!
Authorities have apprehended the Death Valley Drifter.
you are about to discover
At 12:01 midnight, the Death Valley Drifter was pronounced dead.
it's only just begun.
Killing in this world is practice for my afterworld calling.
7 strangers
Is anybody there?
Phone static.
trapped between light and dark.
If you do not go peacefully when Mother Nature calls you back home, an evil darkness will come.
Nightmare and reality.
This problem with the world. It ends.
What is going on?
Between the living and the dead.
Your heart, it's beating, but it's so slow.
It's like we're in some sort of walking coma. Rotting flesh, the smell of death. Beware, the Reeker.
No Man's Land. The Rise of Reeker.
Welcome all once again. We are always here to do some just outrageous, bizarre, and just downright hysterical cult movies. And usually we can't get anyone to do this in time. I take the reins by myself, but that's not going to be a problem. I love what I do. I love sharing just outrageous info, whether it's relevant or irrelevant piece of crap. And altogether, I love just watching these bizarre movies, the ones that just defy explanation, the ones where you got to actually convince people, hey, you should sit down and actually watch this and get back to me on what you think. So, yeah, I figured I'd get into Dave Payne's very bizarre, very outrageous serial killer franchise. So these are some bizarre movies. Often I would see these just on places like the Movie Channel, which is a Showtime affiliate, as well as Cinemax and HBO late at night. What a weird ass franchise. It's like some of those different just serial killer franchises that were exclusively made for TV, video, or festivals, and you just were just like, hey, I think I saw that. I don't know what the fuck it was about, but I'm curious to see it again because it was kind of original in its bizarreness. And so, yeah, no, what we're about to get into tonight is not in any way, shape, or form a good movie, but I recommend everyone see it anyway, just because it's kind of it's got the qualities of a cult movie. It's not like any of these other films where they're lazy cash-ins or just unengaging or just too boring and defy any kind of reality. Camp, you could probably label this camp. So in 2005, Reeker was unleashed upon us by Mr. Dave Payne. What has Dave Payne done? Well, he's done all kinds of stuff. He's done Roger Corman stuff like Criminal Hearts and Under Oath. One of those I've definitely seen was decent. And he's done all these other movies that come off as bizarre cash-ins. I haven't seen Alien Avengers 2. I know that's another Corman thing. And he did apparently the third Addams Family reunion, following the 90s movies, except instead of Raul Julia and Christina Ricci, we had people like Daryl Hannah and Tim Curry. So yeah, he's been kind of the cheapy schlocky filmmaker to go to, and his other bizarre and just defying explanation credits include Concealed Weapon, which looks like a softcore thriller, Showgirl Murders, which same, a gay nightclub movie about a Chippendales thing called Just Can't Get Enough, and various episodes of the Disney Channel show Super Ninjas and Fred the Show. Yes, that YouTube troll Fred. Oh, people gotta eat. He hasn't done anything since 2013, but I'm sure he's staying busy. You can tell he was invested with Reeker because he was also in charge of conducting, orchestrating, and supervising the music. He went under the name Gene Hertel. Well, you're not fooling anyone when it's credited to you on IMDb. So, let's get to the good. We always believe in showing off the good, regardless of whether the movie's a real rough slog or not. No such case here. It's very speedy, it's very weird, it's very engaging, it's defies explanation, it's reasonably well shot, it's not amateur hour, but it is just bizarre. I saw that IMDb listed how there was crew goose, like camera equipment being reflected in the truck rear view mirror. I didn't see anything. I think you guys had too much time on your hands. And there's some weird things in the credits where it says filmed against all odds in the rapidly decaying movie making capital of the world, Southern California, USA. Yes, that appears in the credits. So this premiered at South by Southwest, the first Reeker, in 2005. And again, it follows an infamous serial killer who's terrorizing people, known only as, again, a very bizarre name. They call him the Death Valley Drifter. He's killing people in the desert, the movie surprisingly doesn't seem to be aimed at any 70s terror movies like Duel or Texas Chainsaw or Hills Have Eyes for some crazy reason, which is wild because you think they would have gone there. They seem to always want to go back to earlier movies that inspired it, but that's okay. This clearly felt inspired. It moves along really fast. There's nothing to write home about. The cast include the only one I recognized, which is actually how this got on my radar, was one of the supporting actors was none other than the always amazing Michael Ironside. Yes, that Michael Ironside, the voice actor, the character actor whose credits include Total Recall and Top Gun and ER. There's also Eric Mabius, you might know from The Crow Free and the first Resident Evil. He's not really used all that well. All the other actors did very reasonable. It's just kind of a shame that it's so low budget that some of the characters don't even have any names. I didn't find David Hattinger. That's who I had to look up because it wasn't apparent who was playing the killer. But yeah, unfortunately, I feel like, kind of like with those I Know What You Did Last Summer movies, where I feel like the backstory of the serial killer, most of it was left on the cutting room floor. So I just was very aimless, very indifferent. It works okay, I guess, as a mystery horror. It would really only get that just because it's intense and involves a psycho. But looking back at the synopsis, it does involve numerous people having different visions, dying people who were preyed upon. But I guess I got annoyed because they imply, oh, it's a creature. And it's like, no, it's just another human, just like you. And so let's go to the 2008 sequel, No Man's Land, The Rise of Reeker. Yes, they did a prequel in 2008, went straight to video. And these movies were often playing so back-to-back on TV, like I could not tell them apart. And that's how much care was handled with this. This has a bunch of unknowns. This has future Scream Queen Marcia Monroe. I'm not going to go over her overrated movies. Valerie Cruz, you might know her from shows like Alphas and The Following. A few other people who looked familiar: Katie Lau, Stephen Martins, Ron Raj, Lou Temple, and a lot of people didn't like this one either, and I rated this higher, but that was just because there was a very hysterical looking explosion near the end. The credits to this one read, funded in part by the Council of the Ethical Use of Cell Phones at Gas Pumps. What the fuck does that even mean? I'm not kidding. That says that in the trivia. So, lo and behold, this is just another very underwhelming movie. Robert Pine plays the sheriff. That's right, the Robert Pine from Chips, who's the father of actor Chris Pine, and appeared in over 400 episodes of TV, and been all kinds of other movies and shows, including Red Eye, Confidence, and various other B movies like But I'm a Cheerleader and Mach 2. Yeah, I don't know. Again, don't spend any money on this, but if this comes on like a streaming site like Prime or Tubi or Shudder, or if you still got movie channels, they will come on there without a doubt. Trust me on that. That, like, for whatever reason, these are, it goes back to the typical thing where it's just easy to afford stuff is generally going to be aired on those channels eventually. So yeah, it was whatever. I don't think these are bad in any way, shape, or form, but I can't recommend them. I just can't. It just comes off as just very ambitious, but they didn't use the best takes, and that's a shame because there should be something more here. But yeah, if you're curious like me with all these various B pictures, go for it. knock yourself out and have fun.
We'll return after these messages.
If you like small-town mystery, crazy news, and wild history, then the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast is for you. Each week, Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty bring you the absolute best Florida has to offer. So if you're looking for a show that's safe for the family, but funny enough to help you escape everyday life, then listen to the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast. That's Florida Men, plural, on Florida Man podcast.
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, "Give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win." On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world, and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and foodie debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in. It's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.
It's a jacked up